Hello everyone, we are back for another card demonstration if you purchase this class. So in your card kit, you've got these pieces here. You've got a flower, an uncolored leaf. You will need any kind of green ink for that. You have your envelope. This is a 6x6. Now remember, a 6x6 is going to cost more to mail even if it's flat. So just be sure of that before you put it in the mail. I don't know what the current pricing is. You have then, up here we go, all of these other pieces. So if you did the Christmas card that went with this class, these are the same pieces because for that class we did one die 3 ways. So this is the second way that we use this die, okay? Alrighty, so you have your hexagon base. Let's start with that. And you'll see, first we'll make sure that the top fold is away from you, right? You want it to open towards you. I'm not sure if this is upside down when I'm recording it, sorry. So you want the fold of the card to be away from you. Also, there is a right and a wrong side. The top side is this. Can you see that line there? There's a score line halfway across what is the top part, and then you'll see on the back, there is no score line. So you've got the score line there. So what you're going to want to do is take a bone folder for yourself if you have one handy. If not, that's the beauty of video, right? You can always pause. So you're going to fold it in half, and that's important that you do first because when we build the rest of the card, we can't glue it to the other part. So let's start with the big orange octagon and the fancy white one. You are going to take your glue. Now this, in this little bottle, is Barely Art's glue. The Barely Art glue is great. It's got a super fine tip on it. I'm just using one of our class kits right now, which is why I don't have the actual bottle because we refill them for classes. But it comes with a super long pin. It comes with a case for everything to come in, like a little stopper case. It comes with a longer nozzle for, not so fine tip. It does dry clear. And with the fine tips, which is actually fine, if you can see this tip here, it's actually finer than the tip on this bottle. You can get into all of these places. Now, again, the good part is that it does dry clear because I am a messy crafter. See, you can see right there, it's a good thing it dries clear. Now, I should have said before, if you had any wayward kind of dies left in, little chads left in there, go ahead and take them out with your average, pokey tool. Any tool like this will do. If you don't have one, you can ask Christina about it for the store. They usually have some. The good thing with glue too, not that it's working for me today, is that it does give you time to move it around. Now you see I have a hot mess going on mine, and I didn't put enough glue in enough places to keep it down, and my hands are sticky. So normally glue, it will give you that extra time to move it around. And I'm making this with you today as opposed to just layering like I did the other one because I want you to see how this easel card works. And you can use this really with any other things that you have, any other dies, or even if it's just an A2 size card or an A7 or 5x7 card, even a slimline, they all work the same way. It just depends on the size of your card. For mine, you see with this one, it was easy, right? It was right across the middle, right across the middle. Normally I score on a 3, whatever the 3 inches is, and that's where my fold becomes. So looking at it this way, if you fold it, so you've got top fold, right? So that'll be on the side there, top fold, mid fold. So it kind of almost is looking like a chair, right? So what you'll do next is you will take this piece that you've glued together. You know what? Let's change it a little bit. Let's do this first because then we'll be done. Let's take this piece and let's glue that on. Again, I'm placing my glue strategically. This piece is kind of easy because you can go in between things. And we are going to place it right inside where it fits. So we're just sort of rebuilding the die. And again, it'll take a minute or so to dry. It's not instant like, like dry adhesive or, any kind of Tombow. So we have that. Now we have this, and that fits right in there. And my favorite instructor, who I'm going to give her a shout out, it's Jennifer Lowe from Heartfelt Creations. She and I are pals. We've been pals more than a decade at this point. And she likes to say she uses the art glitter glue, clear glue, but here where we live, it only ships certain times a year, but the Barely Art glue doesn't freeze. It doesn't have that same water issue that the art glitter glue does, so it's not going to freeze and then go bad on you in the colder months or in colder places, which makes this pretty ideal for any place that has an actual winter. So if you're in one of those places, this is probably better to use. So put this right on here, and Jennifer says ... not a lot, or a little line will do just fine, and she's not wrong. These glues adhere really well once they are on there. I would then take these two pieces and again line them up and adhere them. So again, on the back of this, we are going to just strategically place some glue. And again, with wet glue, you have a little bit of time. You know, dry adhesive, you put it on, you're stuck. You know, you can't really move it. It's good for, you know, scrapbooking. Although I will say I use this glue for scrapbooking too. It's just not that great for card making, those like Tombow-ish kind of things, because you have to move things around in card making. Okay, so now you have this. What I would do at this point is I would pop dot this, because I like it pop dotted. Now, you don't have to. You can put it straight on. And I'm not going to put a lot of pop dots, and you all know the trick, right? This is all I'm going to do for here, but if you had a few pop dots on, you really only have to strategically take some of the bits off, because the rest are just there for support anyway, so you don't actually have to struggle taking off all like 92 pieces of paper if you use that many pop dots on things. Because again, take off some, the rest are just there for support. So I like this. I like the dimension kind of that I have with this. It's still not so big that it won't go into an envelope without me paying an arm and a leg. So now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go back to this. So again, this is the edge, the top fold. This is where it's folded. We are going to glue here, the bottom edge. So not the top, this is the top of the card, this is the top fold. This is the bottom where it opens. See that there? We are going to put glue on the bottom half underneath the score line. We're not going to put it on the orange because it will be less precise for us. So we're going to put it here, then we're going to take our orange, and if it's too fast for you, it's the miracle of video. You can just pause it, don't worry about that. And you're going to put it right on top. Now you can't glue the whole thing or it won't easel. That's really the whole trick to it. So you need to glue it where it needs to be, but not where it doesn't need to be or where it can't be. So you can leave that to the side to sit for a little bit when you do that. And then let's work on this flower. If you've never flower shaped before, this is so easy, such a piece of cake. Flower shaping, if you watch any Heartfelt Creations videos, they've got lots of videos on YouTube on how to flower shape, and that's where I learned how to do it. For this one, we're just gonna turn it over. Grab yourself a little water spritzer, it can be a little mini mister or anything else. You're gonna hold it about a foot over, you don't want it too close, so about a foot, and you're just gonna do it once. And that is literally enough water for this. Too much water, you'll break the flower. All you're gonna do with your flower shaper, and again, they do sell these at Long Island Craft Stop, so if you don't have a set of these with the mat, again, talk to Christina and have it added to your order. If you are a fan of Heartfelt Creations, you probably have a copy and you can certainly use those. So all you're gonna do for this one, since it's so little, is literally press. Can you see that? I pressed. And then when I turn it over, you see how it's got that dimension? Now I'm just going to literally press in the middle. And what I have, I'm gonna try to show you here, is a flower. Nope, there we go. Sort of, it's probably blurry, I apologize. But we have a flower that's a little bit dimensional. If I do it that way, maybe you can see it. And should work. Now we have this green. Take any green ink that you have, and you can use a blending brush, you can use a pouncer, you can use any kind of tool. I didn't bother to grab one. This is small enough. I'm using Memento bamboo leaves. They may have some of this at the store if you don't have any. This is a great color from Memento. Well, I kind of ruined it by hitting it too much. If you just take it and swipe it through, it should be fine, but it's never really too much when it comes to a flower, right? I'm gonna turn this over. I'm gonna 12 inches over, spritz it once. And now with the smaller end of my stylus, I'm just either going to make a line or I'm going to draw a line down. And then I'm going to press on the base on the inked side because I want a way for like the glue to adhere to the flower. All right, so I have this done. So now here's the next part. If you open your card, it'll go like this, right? So it'll look like this for you. So when you open it, you have this, and now you need a way to keep it open, and that's where your sentiment comes in. So take a couple of pop dots. I'll use 3. I'll do, oh, maybe I'll use more than 3. I'll do 1 on each side. And you know what? I'm gonna just put one not quite in the middle. I'm going to put it up towards the top because that's where all the action is going to be. It's only the 3, so it's easy enough for me to take them off. So I'm going to take them off. I'm gonna remember to look to make sure the sentiment is right side up. Ask me how I remember to do that. And then I'm gonna put my card where I want it to stay open. All right? So if you want it to be more stand up like this, or if you want it to be a little more relaxed like that, that is all up to you. But once you get it to a place where you like it, make sure that you hold it. You see with this hand, I'm holding the card where I want it. I'm gonna take this one, and I'm going to put this right in front of where the card is, right in the middle, but right in front of where the card is. And when you move your hands, ta-da, it stays open because this is what makes it stand up. And that's why you need those pop dots. So I'm going to finish this with this flower. Now, the sentiment is deliberately off to the side so that I could put my sentiment there. Now, this flower will take a little bit to dry. And in your kit, you probably have pearls or something. And I would put a pearl in the middle. You could switch it up. You could put glitter. Now you see that I just put that little bit of glue on the leaf and just stuck it underneath the flower. So you can put glitter in the middle of this flower. You can glitter up the flower. You can use a Wink of Stella pen if you want. Use a clear one. Put a pearl in the middle. And I tend to put pearls on everything. So with all the pearls that you're getting, sorry, the light's blinking. With all the pearls that you're getting, these white pickup pens, you probably have a pickup pen at home. Again, I would sharpen this better than this and then just pick them up. A little bit of glue, I would do a few at a time. Put them where you want them, a little more glue, a few at a time. You can look at the sample online to see. Now this sort of folds flat. You don't want to smush it flat. You can smush this a little flat if you want. But if you smush it flat, then you risk the pop dots in here not working. So apart from the pearls, you're done. If you have any questions, please be sure that you ask online or you give the store a call. And we hope that you take another class with us soon. And I hope that this was easy enough for you to follow. Remember, if it's ever too fast, you have the ability to stop it and rewind it at any time. Let us know if you have any questions. Thanks for taking the class.